was on Facebook recently, came across this post, like one of those, Grand Rapids Informed or whatnot. And there was this young mom, single mom, that reached out to say, I'm 2 months shy of my due date. And the father and I broke up, don't want him anywhere near the delivery, don't really want him involved. What do? I really want to keep him away from having any rights. So should I keep him off the birth certificate or not? 115 people who apparently were not family law attorneys responded saying, sure, don't put him on the birth certificate. That's how you protect yourself. Now, I have to give this young woman kudos. She was reaching out, asking for advice, struggling. She said she was stressed, and I could understand that. But all 115 of these people who said, if you don't put him on the birth certificate, he has no legal rights, were wrong. I'm Jim Kraayeveld, founding attorney at Kraayeveld Family Law. I have 30 years of family law experience. And what she was looking for was understandable. The advice actually seemed understandable, but they weren't right. Because a birth certificate is merely a document that gets filed with the state that says, was there a live birth? What's the name of the baby? Who's the name of the mom? If they know, who's the name of the dad? But it doesn't provide any rights. It doesn't give any, doesn't take any away. In Michigan, you have an Affidavit of Parentage. Now, the hospital may also show up with that form when you're in the hospital and have just given birth, because they want to try to establish who's the legal father. Now, if that isn't signed in the hospital, because it takes two parents to sign that, it's called Affidavit of Parentage, and both parents have to sign it, and it's notarized, that then gives the father legal rights. But if they're not on that form, they don't really have any legal rights yet. But they still have the right to pursue a claim for custody. So they can go pursue and file a complaint for paternity or a complaint for parentage and just simply get what they would have if they were on that Affidavit of Parentage. May delay things for a few weeks, but that doesn't mean that the father doesn't have rights. So the pros and cons of signing on the Affidavit of Parentage: the pro is, well, at least you've got a legal father that can be responsible for child support. It does also then give him rights to pursue custody rights and parenting time rights without having to establish parentage first. The con is, well, yes, you just did automatically then say we're going to skip that little middle step and give him those custody and parenting time rights that he can pursue through a court order. Initially, without that in place, the birth mother is deemed to have sole custody. But whether the father signs on that Affidavit of Parentage or pursues a complaint for paternity, at some point he will have rights to pursue custody, joint legal custody, parenting time, etc. Now, sometimes it's even out of mom's hands, because if she's receiving any kind of governmental assistance, the government is going to file a complaint to pursue dad and make him be found to be the parent, the father, so that the government can collect child support on behalf of the government and on behalf of the mother. So at that point, he's going to have a court order that's going to allow him to pursue custody and parenting time as well, especially if he pursues that in the court action that the prosecutor's office, the government, files to collect support. Now, normally, if a father's not represented, the government will just simply have a court order that gives mother custody, and the father has the right to pursue custody and parenting time. But you can't just say that leaving a father off of a birth certificate is going to keep him from exercising legal rights. And so to know what you can and can't do and what you should and shouldn't do, it would really behoove any young mom in a situation like this to ask an attorney who knows what they can and can't do and what they should and shouldn't do. For example, if you know that the father's going to want to be involved, to say, no, I'm not putting you on the Affidavit of Parentage when you know that he's the father. Is that the way you're going to start out a co-parenting relationship for the next 18 years? That doesn't set you off for a really good start to raising this child together. So, know your rights, And if you found this helpful, subscribe and look for our following videos where we will discuss all your different options in whatever stage you're at when it comes to custody. Until next time.